Hey everybody, Hate Mail here. I am talking to you today about Steppenwolf, and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'll show you the very first ability that I would recommend taking, which is if an ally misses on their first attack, it makes, or in any attack, it makes Steppenwolf cast his AoE ability, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because as you can see, the majority of the teams you face are Deathstroke or Baby Lobo, and watch what happens when you miss. Here comes Steppenwolf. Almost kills the Baby Lobo. My early thoughts on Steppenwolf is he's not a bad character. He's got a neat kit. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think he fits well into this current meta. He just isn't. He doesn't do anything to counter Deathstroke. He takes a little bit of time to ramp up against Harley, and I feel like he's more made for being a Scarecrow counter. I mean, he does work well against Harley, but I just don't think he fits well when there's Deathstroke and Lobo there. I do think there's some neat combos that can be had with him, with Firestorm, with Aquamoa. I started playing around with Aquamoa, and we'll have a little bit of that further in. This match, you can see, is not going well, and it's going to end pretty badly. But I wanted to highlight this one just so if you see the Terra and the Steppenwolf sale, and you're trying to decide who you'd rather have to be your anti Harley Quinn, I would definitely go with Terra over him for now, until the meta changes or we find a better option for him, because I just don't feel like he can cut it right now. TDK is much better against if you just want a hard MJ counter, and then Terra works well against Deathstroke as well with her double AoE, stripping his awareness buffs, where Steppenwolf has no way to do that. For Legendary Order, I would probably recommend going 3-1. His 1 gives that extra turn meter up 75%, an extra chance up. His leadership, I like, would probably be third. Then I would go with his second to remove buffs, maybe some synergy with Wonder Woman, Princess of the Mirza, and then probably last that turn meter. So the main order would be 3-1-5-2-4 would be what I would go with. And this next match is no Baby Lobo, so we can kind of see more what his kit actually entails. And like I said, he's definitely not a bad character. He's just not one I would probably move up on the high priority list. One interesting thing though is Battlecry, Blues on our alliance. He's been playing a lot of. He took him to Legendary 4 and been playing a lot of Steppenwolf. And strangely enough, his defense log is looking fantastic. So I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but I think if you're stupid enough to bring Harley against him, he can wreck your team pretty well, but I don't know how it would hold up to the Deathstroke Baby Lobo teams. And you can see here Aquamoa gets his stacks really quick with him, so he can do a lot of damage. So if there's just a traditional Green Lantern team, and especially if there's a Harley Quinn in there, you could throw him in as leader, and I could see it doing pretty well. And that's where I like Terra, because she can, her stupid meltdown that's pretty much worthless actually serves the purpose in getting rid of Deathstroke stacks, awareness stacks. And I really think the two new characters this month were a little lackluster. We really needed a hard Baby Lobo Deathstroke counter, and they did not give us one. The reworks were a lot better. I liked Wonder Woman and Batman, but if they don't give us something to December, I'm going to be very worried about the state of the game, because this Baby Lobo Deathstroke thing is getting old. And as you can see, he did pretty good damage there. And here's another Deathstroke team, a little tougher one, so I decided to test him out with Reverse Flash just to see, because I haven't been able to use Reverse Flash a whole lot. I think I scrolled around for a little while trying to get my thoughts together. I was debating who I wanted to test with him. But I ended up going Reverse Flash just to see how he would perform. one thing I don't like about him is that if you use his buff early, which you would be inclined to want to do so, then it kind of negates him. And of course, I never miss whenever I've been running him as leader for whatever reason. Now you get the hit chance up, and of course you wouldn't miss. But before I cast that, nobody misses, so then he never casts his stupid AoE. But that's just how the law of averages and how things seem to go. And you see there, Aquamoa did a nice amount of damage to Arcus. But this is where he doesn't have any ability to remove Deathstroke's awareness. Aquamoa doesn't, is just a damage dealer, and so is Reverse Flash, so. As you can see, the king of the game, Deathstroke, is going to make this match a lot harder than it should be. Especially when I have the affinity advantage right now on 2 characters. And unless he has a bunch of those crit stacks up, he doesn't do that much damage. Since Deathstroke's awareness, tons of strength up, tons of speed up, and everything else wasn't quite enough, he had to have a bunch of men so he could get his life back. He attacks so fast you can't do anything. So I didn't get lucky. Reverse Flash didn't crit. So I decided to go ahead and face a different team with this team. I ended up beating that one, swapping out Reverse Flash for, I think, TDK, but I forgot to record it. So I decided let's test him out against some non-Deathstroke teams. And he does pretty well against those. When those rare golden jewels that are non-Deathstroke teams out there, he performs pretty well when there's Harley Quinn. But once again, I don't see a reason to take him over Batman, TDK, or Terra. At least yet. Maybe I'll find some more. If I ever gear out Firestorm and then I run Aquamoa and Firestorm with Steppenwolf, could work pretty well. Maybe Dr. Fate on that team as well. You can see the size of the stack on Aquamoa now. But at that point in the match, he didn't really need it anymore. I should have used his second ability. I've noticed with Aquamoa, his Javelin Spear attack, I can't remember what it's called, does more damage when you have a huge stack like that. And then I faced this Wonder Woman team, thought this would be a good one, because I wanted to put Dr. Fate on the team to get the extra hit chance up to make Steppenwolf do more damage. Also keep in mind when you're watching my Steppenwolf, I don't have his leadership or his 4th ability, all the superpowers up. I have a little ways, but I ran out of Blue Hope. And the other thing I didn't like too was that his evasion down only lasted 1 turn. So Harley usually goes so fast that it dropped and kind of defeated the purpose. So having all the hit chance up helps. But this is where I think TDK and Terra are better, because those evasion down will last multiple turns with Terra, and TDK will stun her and remove her taunt, so you don't really care if she has some evasion. And that ability's nice, it can't miss. Does decent amount of damage to opposite affinity. But overall, if you're debating whether you should buy them or gear them out, my advice is probably hold off for a while, collect his shards from where you can get them, but as you can see, he's not a must-have character. He's more of a kind of a niche, fun character. I mean, like I said, he's all right, but he's not real exciting to me. Um, Stay tuned. Our episode 3 of our podcast will be dropping in the next day or two. I know it's a few days late. We had major audio issues on my side, which are finally resolved, as you can hear on this. We're going to go ahead and drop it with the bad audio, just because we don't want to have to record it so soon with episode 4 coming out next week. Thanks all. Take care.